Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Audio bandwidth for the weekly daily GizWiz is provided by the new Winamp for Android, featuring wireless sync and one-click iTunes import. Now with free daily music downloads and full-length CD listening parties. Download it for free at winamp.com/Android. Video bandwidth for the weekly daily GizWiz is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com. It's time for the weekly daily GizWiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1338, recorded October 29th, 2011. The Photo Show. The weekly daily GizWiz is brought to you by Ford, featuring voice-activated Sync app link. Now you can control select smartphone apps with your voice, so you keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road. Check it out in the 2012 Ford Fiesta and at Ford.com/technology. And by Netflix. Watch thousands of TV episodes and movies on your PC, Mac, iPad, iPhone, or TV instantly. All streamed directly to you, saving you time, money, and hassle. For your free 30-day trial, go to netflix.com/twit.
And now, get ready for Dick.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for the holiday edition of the weekly daily GizWiz.
D-A-I-L. The weekly daily GizWiz. Daily GizWiz. The weekly daily GizWiz.
It makes its own gravy. Ah, yes, once again, Dickie D, Leo Laporte, and man, Dick, I was so jealous of your Dimplex fire that I've got my very own chestnuts. Oh, it's so warming.
Whoa.
Yeah, hyper realistic, isn't that?
It gives a whole new meaning to 2D.
I couldn't get the Dimplex, so I got the Simplex.
Yeah.
Very roasty.
You know, I think if you set that on fire, it would both look realistic and sort of help everybody out. Letting it go up in flames. No, it's good. It's very good.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to buy, because we do our holiday shows. And they're the kind of the best of shows. We'll do it for this and TWiT and all of our shows. And what we usually did, what we did last year, is I got a Santa suit on or whatever, and I'd sit in front of a roaring fire with a, hot toddy and my pipe, and I'd introduce the shows. And I really wanted. I told Lisa about that Dimplex that you had on the show last week. And I said,
okay,
Lisa, I want to get one of these. But I didn't want the insert because we don't have anywhere to insert it. I wanted to get the full-blown mantelpiece.
Oh, right, yes.
It was like a couple $1,000. And she said, no, but you can get this. And so it was $6.95.
Oh, it's nice. You can see that it's worth that kind of money.
Oh, absolutely. Very.
Yeah.
I feel like it's realistic.
Yeah.
Fools.
And that light bulb behind it is nice, too.
Anyway, hello, Dick. Now, we did the Halloween, if you're tuning in for our Halloween episode, you're a week late. We did that last week.
Yeah, because I wanted to give people a chance to buy those.
Yeah, exactly. You're a thoughtful fellow.
The pumpkin and the, I still have it on my desk
8-bit
here.
pumpkin there, yeah.
My pumpkin and my... Dun-dun-dun-dun.
That's the creepiest thing. Hey, would you bring me mine? We have a whole box. Somebody saw that, Dick, and they sent us some. I think they're over here by the control room. Good, thank you. So one of our chat room people saw that, and he sent me these to compete with Dick. So I'm going to put in my Halloween decorations as well.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's good, except we can't talk around them.
Wow.
Wow. Wax. Remember these as a kid? Wax.
Yeah.
Wax lips.
I don't think you're supposed to eat them.
They're cherry flavored. It actually says on the box. Oh, yeah, it says on the box, Play now, chew later. From Wacko Wax. Peanut free, by
I
the
used to
way.
work with him.
Yeah. Thank you. I need a tissue. I'm drooling a little bit. These are peanut free, so you don't have to worry about your allergies, Dick.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like to eat wax if it has peanuts in it. I just like
I'm with ya.
100% wax.
I'm with you. All the
Oh,
way.
my word. Is the whole box all the same stuff?
No, well, some of them are more deformed than others because they are, after all, made out of wax. So,
Dennis, wait a second. Dennis just came down with
we have boxing
boxing
jack-o'-lanterns.
jack-o'-lantern.
Festive.
And one of them lights up. Woo, woo, woo.
Wow. You know, this show spares no expense. Halloween's getting more depressing all the time. Oh, well, wait a minute. Look, each box of Wacko Wax fangs contains a trading card. Collect all 12. This is Pucker Pete. He's a good kid, a real sport. Basketball, hockey, or soccer, always prepared with Wacko fangs in his locker. There you go, from Concord
Wow.
Confections, a division of
certificate of
Tootsie Roll. Sorry?
Does it come with a certificate of authenticity?
Oh, yes.
Because I don't want to fake.
These are no fake wax lips. These are the real deal.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you for the wax lips. And now I've drooled all over my shirt. That's disgusting.
This is the only podcast where you should be wearing a bib.
We did do, remember on Munchcast, we would do every year we do the confection show. And they'd send us a huge box of candy. I'm thinking I should bring that back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Dick. It's time. We've got gadgets. Now, this time, not Halloween gadgets, despite the wax lips and the boxing pumpkins. We have gadgets from the photo show.
Exactly. Photo Plus Expo, which actually is still running at the Javits Center. So I went over there a couple times. Actually, it's the kind of show that you would really like, Leo, because it's really pitched toward more professional photographers.
In fact, the host of our TWiT photo show, Catherine Hall, is there giving lectures. Many of the photographers that we have on the show on a regular basis were there as well. So this is a fun show. It
really is. You walk around and like when you go by like the Epson booth, they're showing printers, but not the little dinky printer that sits on your desk.
Yeah.
They are printing like billboards.
Oh, yeah. These are amazing printers.
Yeah, holding on to the end of the print because it's 6 or 8 feet wide, and they're rolling this thing up as it's coming out of the printer. Just amazing stuff.
Yeah. Well, so
But I
good.
found
You got some gadgets for me.
I got some gadgets. One, it's kind of fun. This is the third year I've done this, and I don't know if you have ever done this, where keep track of a gadget without actually buying it, just to see how it changes, if it stays in the marketplace, if it goes out of business.
Well, that's a good way to save money, I could tell you right there.
It absolutely is. So 3 years ago, Nikon introduced the Coolpix digital projector camera.
Oh, I wish these would come out. Did they ever come out?
Yeah, Leo, at the show, they were now showing the S1200 PJ, the third version. So
These are like they call them Pico projectors, right?
Right. It's a regular little handheld point and shoot camera. And there's a little lever in the very front of it, and you slide the lever down, and it turns the camera into a projector. So they made the camera itself is the same as last year's model, but this year they increased the lumens, the lumens from 14 to 20. So now you can have a 60-inch picture. Obviously, you want it to be in total darkness. RGB LEDs versus last year's single white LED. And Leo, something really neat. It comes with a special cable. Last year they added that you could hook it to your computer, and anything on your computer you could project through the camera. The 1200 still does that. Now it interfaces with your iPhone and your iPad and your iPod Touch. So if you want to go to a hotel and watch your movies from your iPod or your iPad or your iPod Touch, imagine salesmen who have to give a PowerPoint presentation now. You can run around with a little camera and your iPhone and do a complete presentation. Battery life stays at an hour, but in reality, the battery is getting better because this is the third time they've increased the brightness by 40%. And the battery life staying the same. So the battery's got to be a little more powerful. The bad news is they raised the price by $50 to $60. So it now lists for $429. And if you're interested in this kind of thing, the thing would be is to check out the S1100, last year's model, because they are now fire sailing those because the 1200 is now in the marketplace. But it's pretty neat. I'd like to have one, but I really don't have a need.
You'd have to have. And I'm worried that it's only VGA, so it's not a super
exactly.
high res picture, you know.
Yeah. But if you're a big person taking pictures at parties, instead of having everybody gather around your little 3-inch LCD screen, you can project these on the wall. So it's the Nikon S1200 PJ, not to be confused with the 1000 from 3 years ago, and the 1100 last year. It is now the 1200.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now they see in the pictures, I see it hooked up to an iPhone, so you could also have your presentation on the iPhone and just use it as a projector.
Exactly.
Well, that's
exactly.
interesting.
Or even the iPod Touch.
You could project the pictures that are in the camera or hook it up. I get it. That's cool.
Yeah. You can also project the pictures that are on your SD card, too.
Very neat. All right, so that's item one. And how much was that again?
List price is $429.
Well, not bad.
So
I mean, it's in the same price range as a point and shoot, pretty much.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Gadget number one. Now, gadget number two.
Now, gadget number two, I couldn't figure out what this was doing at the photo show because it was a photo booth. And I said to the guy, are you selling? We're supposed to get in here and take pictures? And he said, no, I sell photo booths.
Oh.
So it's pretty unique.
For your
So
own
there's
home?
a 1.5-minute video.
We
and
should-
then
We should have yeah, okay. But I'm thinking maybe TWiT Cottage, TWiT Brick House should have a photo booth.
Watch the video.
All right, here you go.
Hey, it's Nick DeBartolo of the GizWiz and Mad Magazine's maddest writer. I'm here at Photo Plus Expo, seeing a lot of cameras and stuff, but this is pretty unique. Here is a photo booth, and the object here is not to have your photos taken, but they are actually selling the photo booth. Get your photos here. And what's neat about this is that it does black and white and color photos in under 10 seconds. I know it's blinding in there, so I'm just going to try and show you this little panel here. And the gentleman here told me that they sell these to disc jockeys, people who put on weddings.
It's an event,
and this totally knocks down. Weighs about 400 plus pounds, but it's on casters. So if you want a new business for yourself, you might want to think about running a photo booth. Leo, this is great. Leo, I see a new place for this in the basement of TWiT. You could sell photo strips. The price of this booth is $84.90. So what do you need to sell 8,000 some odd strips? And you would have it paid for. And the name of the company is Kingdom Photo Booth. I'm going to move over here so that you can see it. And they're at kingdomphotobooth.com. Dick DeBartolo of the GizWiz with the weekly, daily GizWiz video.
Well, you know, every time we have people in studio, they always want a picture. I always pose on the ball, wear the fez. We could just say, well, come into the booth with me, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah.
But Leo, this is how wired this photo booth is. First of all, there's one feature that is really great for people who rent this for a wedding. People can go in there and take their own photos. But then while you're in there, you push a button and you make a 30-second video for the bride and groom, wishing them good luck. And then at the end, the photo booth makes a movie and puts all those 30-second clips together.
Oh, that's neat.
While you're in there, you can hit send this to Facebook.
Wow.
So you can send your pictures, upload them right from the booth. You can order extra prints in there. The guy told me that the software in there, you can pretty much have it do anything. Do 1 4x6, do dual strips. But the amazing thing is it printed in 7.5 seconds. So I took the photos, I looked around the booth, I stepped out, and my photos were already dropping into the little receptacle on the outside of the booth. And then I said to the guy, what do you do at the booth between renting it out for events? Can you make money with it? And he said, see that knockout there? We sell a money bill changer. So if you want to make money, you click that little optional thing in there and set your own price, and then people can go in there and make pictures that way. So it was what was great fun about it is I kind of forgot about photo booths, but there's instant attraction. There was a line. Everybody wants to go in there and to have their picture taken. But then I thought, this is really updating this with the Facebook and it making videos for the bride and groom, and it's kind of a fun thing.
I love it. It's a very popular app category for both iPhones and Android phones are photo booth apps. There's Incredibooth, which I use on the iPad, and they're great. In fact,
it must come with a tiny, tiny little curtain, there, doesn't it?
Incredibooth has a like a spooky pack that you can add onto it to make the strips kind of Halloweeny, and I guess they'll do other seasonal strips as well. Yeah,
and then you print it out on your printer, and it comes out in strip form.
No, you just put it on Facebook. Yeah, that kind of thing. This thing prints, right? That's the whole point.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's kind of cool. That's really neat.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh, you got one. Let's see.
Oh yeah, this
looks just like you.
It prints this kind of thing, but 7.5 seconds.
That is kind of amazing. Is it color or is it black and white?
Color.
Wow.
You when you print it, you just hit a button whether you want it to print in color, you want it to print in black and white. Guy told me it's a Mitsubishi printer in there that they have re-engineered so it could print that fast.
Wow.
And it's a Sony digital camera in there. Not an actual camera, but the works.
Well, this is funny because, really, it's a computer and a printer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And a booth.
And a booth. Yeah, I guess the booth, you can't knock the booth. The booth is a big part of the experience.
Yes.
Yes.
Although they do sell it with just a curtain if you don't want a whole booth.
You're a cheapskate.
But yeah, no.
Stand behind it with a
lot
curtain.
of people really just like the booth experience.
The booth is the whole thing right there, as far as I'm concerned.
Go in there and the curtain. Yeah, it's good.
Well, let's take a break, Dick. When we come back, we got another gadget from you from the photo show, and I will be doing my Turn the Table Tuesday, something that for the little ones.
The turkey, you mean? Yeah,
turkey.
Turn the Table turkey.
Well, it's Tuesday and a turkey. It's both.
It's both.
It's
two
both.
in one.
2 in 1. 2 in 1. I do want to talk a little bit about our favorites, the folks at Ford. I love my Mustang. We talked a little bit about the fact that now the new Fords, you can have a Wi-Fi access spot, but you can also have a fireplace in your new Ford, just like this. No. All you have to do is buy it on Amazon and put it in the back seat.
I think that's the 2013 model.
No, you can now have, this is the Ford Sync with AppLink. I love this. The voice-activated AppLink. Now, you've heard me talk about Ford Sync. It's really like Siri for your car. You press a button, say, set the temperature to 73 degrees. What's the traffic like ahead? Where's the nearest gas station? Play a song for me. Well, now it also ties into your smartphone, and with various applications, you can actually control them from the sync. So you can press a button on your steering wheel and say, play my Johnny Cash station, and it'll open Pandora on your phone, play it through your speakers, the Johnny Cash station. You can thumbs up, thumbs down. You can bookmark a song for later purchase. They have another program called Open Beak that lets you listen to your Twitter timeline or Twitter replies. You can say, you press a button, boom, you say Open Beak, boom, read timelines, and it'll read you your tweets. This is pretty advanced stuff, given that it's just coming out on the iPhone now. I've had Sync for several years, and it just gets better and better. Voice-activated Sync app link is available in the 2012 Ford Fiesta, and you can also learn more about this and all the other cool technologies in modern Ford automobiles at ford.com/technology. Amazing stuff. Hybrid, electric, gas engines that are so efficient and yet very fun to drive. Adaptive cruise control. I love this for teenagers. It's called My Key. It keeps an eye on the teenagers when you're not there. You can set a maximum speed. Whoops. You can, I somehow got out of that. Let me. What? Hey, come back here. You can set a maximum speed that they can go. You can do things like tell them how loud the stereo can be in the car. Is that hysterical? What else can you do? You can also...
We were all teenagers once. So it goes without saying, handing over the keys to one of them will probably make you cringe.
Yeah.
Especially if the car has an engine like the Taurus Show.
Yeah. So you can tell the car fuel fill light to come on at 75 miles instead of 50. Because we all know teenagers pay no attention to that light. I just love it. I think this is so awesome. They've just done a great job, I have to say, with all of their stuff. Here, look, they've got a picture of the teenagers driving. This is good. They look so scared. Let me out of here. Ford.com/technology to learn about all of these great technologies. My Key, Sync and App Link, the Bliss cross-traffic alert that monitors your blind spots, trailer sway control, inflatable rear safety belts. It's all there. Ford.com/technology. We love Ford. I love my Ford. And we appreciate their support for the weekly daily GizWiz. Hey, let's move on to gadget number 3, Dickie D.
Gadget number 3. You know, Leo, in that Ford, can you make it that listening to TWiT is the only option
Yes.
on the...
If you really want to drive your teenagers crazy, make sure they listen to the weekly daily GizWiz and nothing else.
And nothing else.
And nothing
Okay,
else.
gadget number
They
3.
say 50 Cent, and it goes, it's time for the weekly daily GizWiz. They say Britney Spears, here's Dickie D. It's great. You'll love it. It's the best way to torture your kids ever.
Yeah.
Gadget
Good.
3.
Gadget 3, I'm going to do 3 and 4 because these are two shorties. PNY. Do you know that company?
Yeah, they're a memory company, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, they're making something else now. They're making the next generation of HDMI cables. And these are pretty neat. For example,
It looks like a
I am
wristwatch, Dick. I
holding-
hate to say it.
say again?
That's a wristwatch.
Oh, no. This is a
Oh,
6-foot
it's in your hand.
HDMI cable.
Uh-huh.
So now, you know, HDMI cables are normally big and thick. And now that hotels, I think that Sheridan in Petaluma that I stayed at is one of the new Sheridans that gives you access to plug things in
I love
to
that.
show up on the
Yep,
flat
yep.
screen. All of those. So instead of dragging around big cables, these cables are active. They have a little chip in the end. So the signal through the cable is the same as the big, thicker cable. But yet it is very lightweight. It is 70% thinner than a regular HDMI cable. And I did a price check, pretty reasonable, up to 10 feet, under $20 if you check online. So those are PNY's active HDMI cables. And now this gadget, I'm going to ask you about. It is a gadget that cures zoom lens creep.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah. Wasn't that your pet name for Alex Lindsay?
Zoom lens creep. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
the
here he
zoom
comes
lens-
again, the zoom lens creep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's next door, Dick. You're going to see. Okay. So the people describe zoom lens creep as when you have a long zoom lens and you're shooting up or down, the lens tends to move further than you want it on its own.
Right.
Now, is this a problem
right.
you've ever had?
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
I
okay.
have. Many times.
Okay, well, this is a very simple. It is the lens band It's $5, so you, certainly if you want to try one. They're at lensband.com, and the object here is that you set the lens and you put the band over the lens. It makes it an easy way to turn the lens if you want to turn it, but once you put the band on, it should stay at what you set the lens at. So it is to stop zoom creep. And I believe that was the first time they were showing it at the show. And as I said, it's $5, lensband.com. And you can get one for free, but it's a very convoluted process. If you want to review one, you buy one, and then you review it, and then you send them links to what you did, and somehow you get your $5 back. But if you want one, I think it's cheaper to just buy it.
Night Star in our chat room said that Gizmodo had an article on how to use Livestrong bracelets to do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So that's another way.
That's another way.
That's another way. Yeah. Lens creep, a.k.a. Alex Lindsay. All right. It is my turn.
At lensband.com.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me write that down. Let me write that down because you got a double. So http:// remember we used to say that all the time? www.lensband.com. The Lens Band. Now, if you would, Dick, introduce our Turn the Table Toiki.
Hey, Dick DeBartolo, Mads Writer, and the GizWiz.
And I'll pretend that I'm not here, and you can go ahead and introduce the Turn the Table Turkey.
Oh, Dick DeBartolo, Mads.
So that way there'll be no question about me being off in the wings and you introducing the. Go ahead and introduce. I have a jingle. Go ahead and introduce the Turn the Table Turkey for the day.
Hey, it's Dick DeBartolo, Mads Writer, and the GizWiz. I'm giving you opportunities to jump in and mess it up.
Go ahead.
Okay, once a week, Leo Laporte finds a piece of crap, but this week...
Because everyone knows that if you...
to slow down because he wants to pretend he's putting a lot of effort into this.
I am.
I know someone drove by and heaved it out of a moving car into the street. And yet it's still his turn the table turkey.
Oh, look at this. There's something crappy in there. Oh, I could use this for Turn the Table Turkey. It's Turn the Table Turkey. Hello, Dickie D.
Leo, it's so good that you finally get to say something on the day.
I know. You just take all the air out of the room, Dick. I don't understand. So this is something I talked about before, that I ordered it. Now, I have to say, this is not going to be a rave review, Dick.
Okay.
I like it in principle, but it's a little pricey, maybe for a school. This is called the Little Bits Electronic Kits. A little bit of geeky fun.
I like the name.
I know, it's good. In fact, you can go to littlebits.cc. Now, they call this version 0.1. So I think it's very possible that Little Bits will, there's more to come. That this is
there might be big bits one day.
Yeah, because I love the idea, and that's the reason I ordered it. I just think it's a great idea, but I'm not sure if it's worth the price. So the idea, remember electronics kits like Heathkit?
Heathkit, my word.
That's how so many people learned how electronics work. Well, those days are gone. Heathkit went out of business. Actually, I think they're coming back, but there haven't been electronic kits in some time, and I think it's kind of sad. I want kids to learn how electronics works, and this is a great idea for giving people, kids especially, a hands-on introduction to electronics without any soldering. So this is the kit itself. Now, this is my complaint, is as cool as this is, it has a nice variety of things, but for $129, it's a little bit limited. I'd like to see more in here. So it's all color coded. In fact, they show you, this is the starter kit, by the way, and you can order more. First of all, let me show you the whole premise of the thing. I'll take out the wall power bit, and you see that it has this connector on the end. It's a little circuit board. In fact, it's designed for power. You see, everything here it comes with. So there's a battery and a cable. I'll plug that in and watch. The wall power unit will light up red to signal that, yes, I'm getting power. There's a little red LED there. So I'll unplug it because you probably don't want to do this when you're applying power. Now, you can attach other parts of the circuit simply by, see, it's a magnet, snapping the two together. So there's no soldering involved.
Oh, I like it.
So you can build fairly simple, not super complex, but you can build circuits just by snapping pieces together electronically. So this is what it comes with, a variety of things in 4 categories. The purple is power. The green is output. And I'll explain what that means in a bit. The pink is input. And then there is an orange, which is the wire. So I'll show you what these various doohickeys do. Let's start with power. Let me make a bar graph. How about that?
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'll put
Can you make an atomic reactor?
Yes, watch that. I think that's kit number 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, how about, I know you like LEDs, so let me make this. Let me make this bar graph for you. So I'm going to start with power, right? And then I need some output, so I'm going to make well, before I get the output, let's have a controller. How about this orange potentiometer? That's a knob, right? So I'm going to connect the power to the potentiometer, just like that.
Yeah.
That's basically a dimmer. It even says it's color coded, but it also has the name on here. They have the name on the box as well. The dimmer is now going to go to this bar graph module. All right. Now let me power it up, and you'll see what I can do here. Now, so I'm getting power, and now when I turn the knob, watch the LEDs on the bar graph. Oh, that fell apart. Hold on a second. And as I turn the knob, it goes up and down. Look at that. So it's measuring. Now, what it needs, and it does not come with these materials explaining this, although there are some materials on the website explaining that the potentiometer is really a variable resistor, so it's controlling the amount of power going to this circuit board and doing like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, okay, so here's some of the other things. Here's a pressure sensitive. So why don't let's do this. Let's do this. Let's take some power, and then instead of a potentiometer, I'll put this little pressure sensitive thing in here. There we go. And there we go. Now I'll apply power. And now when I press the knob, the LEDs should come on. And depending on how hard I press it.
Oh, yeah.
See that? So these are kind of fun things for a kid. It's really a great start because they're very easy to put together. It needs a few things. It needs more pieces, and apparently they are going to offer more online. How much remains to be seen. It needs.
So right now they just have that one kit?
For $129, this is called the starter kit. And this is all the documentation you get, which is very simple. I'd love to see it explain more of what's going on. But I think if it's a parent who has some understanding of electronics, the parent could provide that kind of information to the kid. And as I said, the website here has more information. And the whole idea is they want to grow the library of bits. So the starter kit is kind of the fundamental stuff. This is a startup. They just got their first round of financing. They're just getting off the ground. So I think that I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and assume that they're going to come back and do some amazing, more amazing things with this kit. And certainly if you're a teacher or you work in a school and you're looking for ways to help people with electronics, this is certainly something to examine. Littlebits.cc for more information. And then they have just the basic bits. There's actually now over 50 modules. So I get the first 10, but then I guess you can order more at the Little Bits store. So I take it back. I didn't realize there were 50 modules. There's quite a few now. These are the only ones I see here, but they say that there's more. Let's go to the Little Bits store and see what else they've got. Oh,
do they have an age recommendation?
It doesn't, but I would say an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old probably could start with this, and as you get to 10 or 11, it would probably make more sense. The place I would go to find out more is Spark Fun Electronics. That's where I bought it from, and they have a lower price if you get more units. But I would also look at some of their other projects and kits at Spark Fun. They have quite a few. Some of them are more mature than this, but I do like the idea that these little blocks are kind of modular. You attach them with magnets, which makes it really easy, even for small kids, to put it together. And they do something almost right away. I just think it's a little pricey right now, and that's probably because they're just starting up and they don't have the economy of scale. Somebody's got to build all of these things. I think, as Quint says in our chat room, maybe $40 or $50 would be a better price than $129 for this. And we'll have to see what additional little bits they come up with and how much they're going to charge for the little bits. Because despite the fact that they say there are other bits, I only see on the website these basic bits. Something to watch for and see what else. And they have, it's kind of nice, they have a community site on their website where people say what else they would like the little bits to do, like a microphone for sound projects, hand crank power, things like that.
Oh, yeah, that's
if
good.
this starts to take off, I think that there's a whole lot that could be done with this, because the little magnetic connectors are a very clever way to do it.
You could build a photo booth.
Yeah, you probably could. Little bits, $129. I'm going to bring this home, test it out on some little kids. I would say probably 8 years old would be the smallest child you'd want to try this with. So I know where I can find an 8-year-old. Lisa's son is 8. So and I think he's pretty mechanically minded and kind of geeky. So maybe he'd be interested. We'll try it out on littlebits.cc. Let's take a break before we come back, because we want to go to the warehouse with Dick and see what he's got in store for us. But very quickly before we do that, can I remind you about Netflix.com/twit. We talked with producer Dana Brunetti on Triangulation this week. He did The Social Network, which, of course, is the show about Facebook, and he's producing a lot of stuff. And one of the things he's producing is a show called House of Cards, and it's the first show ever to be purchased by not a cable network, not a television network, but by Netflix. They've actually put the money up to have the episodes of this show produced. It's based on a British show that was very successful about the House of Parliament. Of course, ours will be about the Congress, and Kevin Spacey will be in it. So it just, people are saying, oh, Netflix, it's all over. Oh, far from it. Because what Netflix realizes is streaming is the future of entertainment. They get you hooked at $7.99 a month with all these great movies, and watch, because soon Netflix originals, new shows made just for Netflix, it'll be the only way to get it, and you'll have been there first. Well, there's still plenty of great stuff right now. I've been watching Mad Men. Remember Insomnia? What a great movie that was, with Al Pacino, Robin Williams, that Christopher Nolan film. Jane Russell, Marilyn Monroe, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. They've got great stuff. Classics, television shows, documentaries, Mask. I want to see this. This was Cameron Diaz's first movie. She was a model, just 22 years old when they cast her in this. She went out and took acting lessons just so she could be in it. That's the fun of this, is you can discover new stuff, find old stuff that you haven't seen in ages. Remember Soap? Wasn't that a fun show?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Loved that, 1977. So when I go home, I know I'm going to have something fun to watch. Netflix.com/twit. If you haven't tried Netflix streaming, try it now for free for the first 30 days. And if you already know about Netflix, tell a friend. Netflix.com/twit. We thank them so much for their support of the weekly daily GizWiz. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would direct your attention, stop it. Stop it. If you pay attention, I'm working here. If you would direct your attention to that gloomy little corner of 6th Avenue and Amsterdam Way, the place where Dick D's Gadget Warehouse lies, there's something extra gloomy and cold about it, as if the sun could never shine there. When the snow falls at Dick's Gadget Warehouse, it stays all winter long. And that's perhaps because it's the place where gadgets go to die. Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy. Together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play. In Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Dick DeBartolo. Halloween must be do you stay in the Gadget Warehouse and hand out candy?
I do.
It would be
I
so
hand
much
out
fun.
Gadgets.
Yeah. Actually, you should hand out little finger bones. My mom used to do that. She'd take
Hand
a
out
chicken.
finger bones?
Yeah, she'd take a chicken. And she'd take the chicken bone, and then she'd dress as a witch. And she'd come to the door during Halloween, and she'd say, "Pleasure to meet you, dearie." And she'd make as if to hold out her hand for a shake, but it'd be a chicken bone.
Oh, that mama.
Is that scary or what?
You know what? You might sell that to Netflix as an original sitcom.
We'll call it.
Oh, that mama.
Oh, that mama. There she goes again with a chicken bone. Fool me again. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. It's a chicken bone.
That's very funny.
Yes. So, Dick.
Yes.
Your gadget
All right,
warehouse.
well, keeping with our photo theme.
Yes. Say that three
I
times
looked
fast.
around the warehouse and I found this is actually quite a good looking camera from a very small company, Konica.
Yeah.
This was Konica's KD 400Z. And I'll just read you a quote this is back in 2002. This camera has a whopping 4 megapixel CCD. Yep. Something very unique about this camera. I never heard of another camera. It took both SD cards and Sony memory sticks.
Oh, well, something had to take memory sticks. Jeez.
Oh, that's very funny.
That's when Sony really went downhill, was when they were pushing memory sticks and those mini discs that they had. And they just
and
wouldn't
then
give up.
They came out with the new memory stick that had nothing to do with the first memory
The
stick.
magic stick.
Right. So that anything you had with the original memory stick, you were stuck with.
Right.
They should have called it the memory stuck. That's what you were. So less buttons because of all the menus you could bring up on the 1 1/2 inch LCD screen.
Ooh.
But wait.
There's more?
There's more. There's more. It ships with a 16 megabyte SD memory card. And don't worry if you...
Not gigabyte.
Megabyte.
Megabyte.
Yeah. And it didn't matter, Leah, if you forgot the card at home because it had 2 megabytes of built-in memory.
Well, there you go. Woo! Da-da-da-da-da. Well, I know how much because I'm looking at a review.
Oh, okay. Wait, there's more.
There's more?
Video.
Yes.
Video-wise, you can shoot 15 seconds
Yes.
of 320 by 240 pixel video.
Wow.
And you can use that same microphone to record 6-second sound bites. Oh, the video it was 15 seconds. Did I say 15 minutes? Yeah.
15 seconds. You
seconds
said
of
seconds.
video
Yeah.
or 15 seconds of description for your still photos.
Wow.
And yes, and the price, you can announce the price.
It is $399.
$399.
I can
and
do
this
you-
is
Go ahead.
not quite 10 years ago.
I can do you one better because I still have my first digital camera. This is the Olympus C3040 Zoom 3.3 megapixels. And it did also shoot video. Look at the size of these LCDs. They were so small.
That's bigger. That's almost 2 inches, though, isn't it?
Yeah, about 1.5 inches, yeah.
Oh, okay. This was 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
That-
But
and
I
what
do
did you
remember
pay for
this.
that?
Oh, probably the same, probably $400. But I resisted digital until I got this. This uses, just like that one, it used smart memory. Didn't have a magic stick slot, though. Oh, shucks. What a
no wonder
loss.
it didn't go anywhere.
And I think it was a 16 megabyte, not gigabyte card that it came with. And this also shot video. But you know what? I'm glad I had it because this is the camera I used to shoot a video of Henry reading for the very first time when he was about 4 years old.
Oh, you know what? Keep that because you'll never, ever see that again.
I know. I am. I'm so glad I had this camera. I was in bed with him, and he was reading to me, and I was just so glad that I had it. So I've saved the camera. You know, Abby used it for a while when she was little. You see, I could tell because she put a peace sign on it.
Oh.
She was big into peace when she's little, but now that she's a teenager, she's not so much. At least not with her parents. But that's fun. These old cameras. Did you ever use this camera for photography?
I did
Revo?
not.
The Revio?
No, I did not.
Yeah, look at that. Wow.
I just had it, and I think it was obsolete so fast that I didn't get time to take it out of the box.
Yeah. But I remember it was a big deal for me. I resisted digital photography for the longest time. But once they got to 3 megapixels, hey, baby, then I knew.
You were in, and you
I'm
haven't
in now.
gotten out yet.
By the way, since it is Halloween, I just want to announce, every year I do a Halloween costume and for TWiT. And, of course, tomorrow is TWiT. And I just thought I'd show everybody my Halloween costume for tomorrow's TWiT, just so you know. Okay. There it is. There I am. I got the basically, that's it. I'm naked.
Oh, my God.
It's
Don't
cheap.
stand up.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
I thought I'd go as a nudist.
Oh, no. With all the spinning classes and stuff, it's about time you showed off your body.
Yeah.
But not on television. That's a body
only
made
on radio. Yeah. But I do have my own floppy disk, and that's something you can't say. And a magic stick, I believe. So,
and a fez.
And a fez, strategically placed. Let's see. Now that we've done the what the heck is it and the daily GizWiz, I think it's time for perhaps a letter. What do you say?
I say hit that theme.
All right.
Here come the letters, those lovely letters. Here come the GizWiz letters.
Oh, yes. And here he is, Dick DeBartolo, with a letter to the editor.
Yes, a short letter, and then I'm going to do a couple of things that people posted on Facebook. So I need your help for this, Leo.
All right.
On the web. Dickie D, there is a phone app called Cricket Booth.
Cricket Booth.
For some reason, when I saw Cricket Booth, I thought of you. Signed Ward Rout, R-O-U-T-T. And I looked up Cricket Booth, as you are doing now, and I kind of see what he's talking about.
Well, let's do it right now. I didn't know I was supposed to. Cricket?
Oh, that's what I was saying. I need your help for
Well,
this.
yes, but you didn't tell me what to do. You see, if you don't explain... All right, let's... Wait a minute! Dick, if I were you, I would sue.
Yeah.
Those guys at Cricket Booth clearly have been watching this show.
Is that a riot?
Well, it looks like the GizWiz
logo. Yeah.
It's just a mustache.
It's a mustache on a pizza.
I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a cricket ball. That's what it is.
Oh, that kind of cricket.
That kind of cricket.
Okay, Cricket Booth. I don't even know why it's called Cricket Booth.
Well, I think it should probably... it turns you into an international cricketer.
Oh, okay.
You take the hairstyle of the world's most follically fearless cricketers and put it on your face. So apparently, I didn't know this, since we aren't, in fact, a cricket nation here in the U.S., that these people like Malinga and Amla and Harbhajan and Simons are famous for their odd hirsute ways.
Oh.
And you see, there he is, Merv. He has a GizWiz mustache.
Yeah, I see that.
So the question is, did Merv have it first? That's Mervyn Hughes? Mervyn Hughes.
I've had mine for like 25 years.
So it's Mervyn. It's Mervyn who's copying you.
Yeah.
Aha. Ha. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny?
I scoff at him.
Probably doesn't sell much in the U.S. I don't think there's a big market for cricketers.
No, so I'm letting them go for now. And then I just wanted to read a couple. People are so funny on Facebook. I posted something on Facebook, and I said, you have to beware of lookalike brand names. I was just reading on my Acre notebook that I printed out on my Lexmark printer. Do you know of any lookalike brand names? And then Steve Massey, M-A-S-S-I-E, wrote, when I was a kid in the 70s, my mom ordered a collection of 45 records, hit songs by all the original artists. When they arrived, all the songs were recorded by the same band called the original artists.
Oh,
George I know. George Van Wegner writes, I have an idea that he made this up. He said, I remember a store that advertised famous brand name appliances. I went in and they had George Washington stereo receivers and Abe Lincoln speakers.
They're famous.
Yep, they're famous. And the final one probably is true. Richard Schultz says there was a record released many years ago called Best of the Beatles. It was a collection of songs performed by Pete Best.
Oh.
Pete Best, remember, he was
the fifth Beatle.
The drummer, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess in reality, he could put out an album called Best of the Beatles.
Wow. Well, he was.
Yeah.
It was
Anyway.
Best of the. I get it.
Best of the Beatles.
I get it. The best. He's best
Best.
of the
Yeah.
Beatles.
Best
Formerly
of the
of a band formerly known as the Beatles.
Yes.
Dick, the time flies.
It flies.
Yes.
It stoppeth not.
It stoppeth not, nor do the rain
Well, I am
nor
off to
snow.
Florida.
Oh, you are a snowbird, Dick.
I am tomorrow morning at 7:45. I'm winging down to the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show.
Oh, how fun! Is that
Yeah.
because it's snowing in Manhattan, or just?
No,
a
I'm always
coincidence?
looking. I still do marine gadgets for Powerboat Magazine, and I'm hoping that I might find something weird. So next week's video of the week might be something I filmed down at the boat show.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah, I'll be back on Tuesday. It's just a quickie trip.
Excellent. Dick, always a pleasure, always a
Oh,
thrill.
Leah, last chance to play the What the Heck Is It?
Oh, it ends this weekend, doesn't it?
It ends midnight Halloween night.
December 31st.
No,
October.
October.
Whatever it is. What holiday are we celebrating? So I want you to go right now to GizWiz.Biz, scroll your way down there to the What the Heck Is It game, and take a look at this. I know exactly what that is. I know exactly.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk to you next week when I can tell you what I think it is.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm
good.
pretty sure I know. And you know what the giveaway is?
What?
The wings on the side.
Oh, okay.
I believe that is the giveaway. It's a Lucky
I
Charms
cannot
sorting
comment.
cup. So if you credit to Night Star for that one. So if you want to win a Mad Magazine autographed by Mr. D right here, go to GizWiz.Biz. 12 Mads for the correct answer, 24 Mads for the best not correct answer. You'll find it all there. GizWiz.Biz. Dick, I hope you stay warm and dry. I'd hate for you to get too cold out there in the snow. That's an attractive costume.
Thank you.
Let me just take off my shirt and I will...
Oh, God save us.
and I'll see you tomorrow, next week, Dick.
I'll be here.
Bye-bye.